66 million years ago. There are many ways to describe life on this planet.
Our world was once dominated by dinosaurs.
In a prehistoric world, there's a war waging between herbivores and carnivores.
A few years ago, a man found a simply gigantic bone. That first bone led to the discovery of others. They could only have come from a dinosaur.
This is one of the most dramatic skulls from our prehistoric planet. It belonged to a plant-eating dinosaur called Triceratops.
Do you remember the first time you saw a dinosaur? First time you see them, it's like a miracle.
About 20 million years earlier, evidence indicates an asteroid crashed to Earth. The collision triggered the Permian extinction, which wiped out over 90% of all living things.
Those that now die usher in the birth of a new era with a new cast of characters. The Dinosaur Revolution is about to begin.
We're at the dig site. We're just finishing up, and Susan comes up.
And she opens her hand. She's got 2 pieces of bone, only about this big. And I says, "Is there more of it?" She said, "There's a lot more."
I believe that the tail's going that way and the skull is going this way, but we're just going to have to dig it up and see.
I looked at him, I said, "Is that T-Rex?" He said, "Yes, and I think it's all here."
This is the skull of one of the most famous of dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus rex.
Tyrannosaurus rex was a 10,000-pound, self-propelled anti-tank weapon.
T-Rex was the ultimate predator in the history of terrestrial animals.
I'm absolutely certain this is going to be the best thing we ever found, and it's going to be a complete T-Rex.
T-Rex is one of the largest and deadliest animals ever to walk on 2 legs. For 2 million years, it rules the American West. This predator is equipped with the tools to bring down massive and well-armed prey. In the Cretaceous period, reptilian creatures have evolved into killing machines. Predators rule. They're killers, engineered for one purpose: attack. Stalking the landscape are some of the most ferocious predators ever to inhabit the Earth.
They seem to break all of the rules. There's nothing like them around today.
Carnivores have had to evolve into formidable hunters. It's the only way they can survive in this brutal world. The prey they hunt are the most well-armed, best protected animals in history. Herbivores of the Cretaceous are built to take on the biggest teeth and sharpest claws nature has ever produced.
These guys were very successful.
Plant eaters are no pushovers. They're no pansies. We have records, quite a few, of adult dinosaurian predators being killed by herbivores. If there's an animal whose scent would frighten a T-Rex, it's Triceratops.
The arms race between predator and prey continues for millions of years. Plant-eating dinosaurs became incredibly tough to survive from the Jurassic period to the Cretaceous. More than 165 million years.
Now, the theory that dinosaurs were wiped out by a huge asteroid colliding with Earth over 66 million years ago could soon be proved. For the first time, scientists may have found direct evidence of a dinosaur that died in the immediate aftermath.
The 6-mile-wide asteroid hit on the northern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula at a speed of 12.4 miles per second. The explosive power was the equivalent of 1 billion Hiroshima bombs.
Certainly, anything in the pathway of the asteroid would have been incinerated. It would have been terrible when this giant rock fell out of the sky. For animals and plants that weren't in the immediate area of the impact, it would have been a slow and painful demise.
The effect of this asteroid impact is the closest the world has seen to nuclear winter, what scientists predict would be the result of a full-on global thermonuclear war.
In minutes, everything for hundreds of miles is incinerated. Plants and animals suffer a different fate. Some are scalded by the heat. Others succumb to shock waves.
It took 160 million years to bring the dinosaurs to this point in their evolution. It took just one rock to bring them down.
The impact created mega tsunamis reaching hundreds of meters high, while superheated debris ignited wildfires across the northern hemisphere. Shockwaves from the impact caused massive earthquakes and volcanic eruptions.
Asteroid fragments like this one may have provided the building blocks for life on Earth. Life that evolved into dinosaurs. But what gives life can also take it away.
First light reveals the devastation. 70% of the animals have vanished. Most of the dinosaurs are now extinct.
It was a true ecosystem collapse, something that we can't even imagine.
Eventually, the huge numbers of dinosaurs that had ruled the world are reduced to a single solitary dinosaur. And it's hard to believe that anything on Earth could have survived. But something has.
In 1999, paleontologists digging in China discovered a new species of dinosaur with a revolutionary feature. It has a layer of primitive feathers up to 1.5 inches long. Scientists used to think dinosaurs resembled lizards, but now we see them as more akin to birds.
Well, maybe dinosaurs have more in common with present-day birds than they do with reptiles.
One of the most startling discoveries has been the presence of feathers on a large number of species.
Based on this mountain of evidence, both of these predatory dinosaurs support the idea that birds are the direct descendants of two-legged, meat-eating dinosaurs.
One of the biggest dinosaur revolutions that's occurred in the past, say, 15 years is the discovery that birds are descended from dinosaurs.
One of the greatest discoveries is that at least some dinosaurs survived one of the worst events the Earth has seen, and these are birds.
The only dinosaur visible, a bird, soars overhead to remind us of the giants that are gone.
Dinosaurs were incredibly adaptable, with an astonishing capacity for survival, enduring the breakup of continents, sea level rises, and countless changes in climate. They continue to diversify and thrive.
The story of dinosaurs isn't the story of a rise and fall. It's a success story that began 230 million years ago and that continues today.
For at least 150 to 160 million years, dinosaurs were one of the dominant living animals.
One thing the history of evolution has taught us is that life will not be contained. Life breaks free.
Life will find a way.
They conquered every continent, dominating life on Earth for more than 150 million years.
Dinosaurs were the ultimate survivors. We know this because they're still with us today.
Dinosaurs are still with us in the form of birds.
They were the most extraordinary creatures ever to walk the land.
The most successful animals the world has ever known.
Dinosaurs ruled the planet for over 150 million years. They occupied almost every corner of the globe and came in almost every shape and size imaginable.
It was only with an unprecedented extraterrestrial impact that finally saw the end of Planet Dinosaur.
What the asteroid impact taught us about evolution is that it's not always about survival of the fittest. Sometimes it's about survival of the luckiest.
You read about them in books, you see the bones in museums, but you don't really believe it. And then you see the first one alive.
What if extinction didn't have to be forever?
The world has never again seen land creatures as great as the dinosaurs. But through their descendants and fossils left behind, their legacy lives on.